Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon to you all over the world. How are you doing today? And how has been your day? We believe you are having the best of time in this wonderful season of the great King of Kings. I understand your work is actually moving forward. I understand you're actually making progress in this beautiful time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so another edition of Family Lifetime with Team Elesin, and the key topic we are discussing this wonderful evening is the beauty of family. And to us, remember, we unlearned a few weeks ago at the beginning of this journey that if you destroy a family, you are destroying a nation. Remember, we both understand that in order for us to win, we must actually understand what the word sin is all about, which was divine, as together everyone achieves a miracle. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy again to go online and to be streamed live from Lagos, Nigeria, as we connect with this awesome family, the theme election, for another wonderful session of my Jesus Christ story. So we go online now. Hello, can you hear me? Good
Yeah,
evening.
yeah, we're here. Good evening. Tunde is sending a request to see if his camera will come on.
Okay, praise the Lord. We're gonna do we're gonna do something awesome tonight. We're gonna do something awesome tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we got some little technical issue with the network in Nigeria. Praise the Lord. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. There's a
Great.
network that. Don't just worry about the camera. Let's go on. You're okay.
we can hear you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. First of all, apology for keeping you, for delaying you for 10 minutes. I'm so
No,
sorry. Apology for
no,
that.
no,
Am I
no, not a problem, sir. Not a problem at all. Not a
okay?
problem.
Because
It's a
there's a
pleasure to be
punishment here already. Would you like to see it?
We can see you. We can see you very well. Unfortunately, you
Oh,
can't see us.
I understand. I said there is a punishment for that here already. I mean, would you like to see the punishment?
We're forgiving you. Don't worry. You're
Okay.
forgiven forever.
Oh, praise the Lord. I'm so happy. So, good evening again. Thank you so much for coming online this evening. Sir, thank you again for your time, for what you did at Expression 2020. Phenomenal thing, awesome thing. We're so blessed. We're curating those videos. They'll be coming out in few days now. Thank you so much. It's going to go all over the world by the grace of God. We trust God so. So how are you doing, my family system engineer? Are you there with me? And can you
Very
hear me
fine.
loud and clear?
Very
We can
fine.
hear you
We
very
can hear
well.
you very well.
Thank
We're
you.
fine. We're
Thank
doing
you.
great,
The
sir.
conference was a
Huge success.
beautiful start, beautiful impact, lovely content were shared. I enjoyed the sessions. So lovely, so lovely. Thank you for the effort. God bless you real good.
Thank you so much. You know, mom sent me some key things. I decided to screenshot such. Those are the kind of things you frame over the years. Anytime you wake up, you stare at it and listen. I say, anytime you want to look at that thing, I say, no, this mom has sent as prophesied. Those ones are not just what they are prophecy. So we understand prophecy. So today, we want to discuss the beauty of family, and I'm so happy for it. The beauty of family. So it starts today. So if I'm going to start with you, the beauty of family. Please, can you just open the floor over to you, the team? over to you. The beauty of family.
So when they say something is beautiful, meaning it's admirable, meaning it's lovely, meaning it's a joy that it should be copied, meaning it makes your heart to jump, you know, meaning there is so much gladness when you either eat it or drink it or you stay with it. When you behold it, when you touch it, you know, when you hold a beautiful picture, you say, wow, wow, there's so much wow that comes into your mind. Same thing. I am telling anybody that cares to believe that the family is beautiful. The family is beautiful. The family is beautiful. The family unit that God created is beautiful. Husband and wife join together to make one. Okay, that union is so beautiful. It's so lovely. It's enjoyable. It can be, you know, magnified with so much color, glamour. It can be void of shame. You know, people think families bring shame. No, no, sir, no, sir, no, sir. It brings growth, not shame. Families bring growth, not shame. And that's why you grow in the system. So very important, I want to say that the family unit, as it was created, is to be full of glamour, is to be full of so much, you know, joy. That's why my wife and I, we focus more on the home, not the house. The home is that atmosphere. The home is the atmosphere that you carry. You can be in a small one-room apartment and the home is beautiful. You can be in a mansion, full, but it's a house. The home is not beautiful. So very important is you must make sure the atmosphere around you is full of acceptance, is full of being vulnerable with each other, whether you're a husband or a wife or a wife, you know, that is so critical. The family unit, okay, is full of beauty.
Wow, wow. Ma'am, over to you.
Yeah, so to take it up from my husband, there's so much that makes a family beautiful. There's trust, there's commitment, there's laughter, there's joy. And he spoke about vulnerability, being open with each other. First of all, husband and wife should be naked and not ashamed. And then when you are grooming your children, you should also groom them with values. What are your family values? What are those things that you both cherish, that you want to pass on to the next generation? What we have in the society now is we don't have people with values. And so what you see at the end of the day is people are just living their lives, you know, as they like. When we were growing up, our parents had values. I can remember when my dad used to say that a good name is better, you know, is to be chosen rather than riches. Even when he was not reading his Bible, so to speak, then, but he will always drum it that you must respect his name and don't do anything shameful. So it's the same thing. We tell our children, know the family that you are from. Yes, you will own your journey. Yes, you will make your mistake. But that you've taken a bad decision does not make you a bad person. Sometimes we're human beings. We can make bad decisions. We can do something wrong. But in a family, you feel safe. In a family, we don't, you know, how do I put it now? We are a team, you know. Miracles happen in a family, and so that makes it beautiful. We can be vulnerable with each other. We're going through things. We can hold each other up. So no matter what my children are going through, they as okay, mommy, this is what is happening, and we are there for them, you know, providing support, being there for them in every way. So that is what a family is all about. And when you say a family is beautiful, the commitment is 100%, loyalty is 100%, the care and the love, everybody's voice is important. So you don't say because your child is just 3 years old or 4 years old, you won't listen to them. No, the child is important. Everybody is important. We see ourselves as a nation. Managing director is the chief servant, actually. You know, I'm the assistant chief servant, and then You know, when you have the MD, you have the ED, you now have the board members. The board members, their voices should be heard. So our children are the board members, so their voices count. They need to give us feedback. We need to give them feedback. So we all work as a team. So that's the beauty of having a family that truly works and is truly beautiful.
Wow. The beauty of having a family that truly works and truly beautiful. Sir, with all due respect, can you actually itemize the role of transformed temperaments in family?
So thank you, sir. So somebody's temperament is the way the person behaves. It's the way you see life or you react to life. I like how you use the word transformed temperament. Transform means that you have allowed growth to happen to you. You have allowed development to happen to you. So I give an example. If you are an introvert, you are introverted like myself, or you are a melancholic, or you are a phlegmatic, or you know the positive side or the negative side, the areas that you need improvement. So the word transform means that you have allowed your personality to positively affect your home. Guys, we are building a system that's supposed to work. A family unit is a system. A family unit is a system that is ticking. You know a clock ticks. A family system should be ticking, should be on emotion. It should be moving forward. If it's not moving forward, it's either stagnant, and stagnancy stinks. When it begins to deteriorate, things begin to happen that are not working. Things begin to happen that begin to be emotionally tensed. Okay, it creates tension. So your personality is so critical in making sure that you contribute effectively to the system called the family unit. So I give an example. If you are the person that I said you are quiet, you're careful with your words, but you are a man. Your wife loves to speak. You use your quietness to calm her down. Oh, all our ladies love to be calmed down. I'm serious. They enjoy your presence too when you actively listen to them. Okay? Or if you love to talk, you come home, make sure you are full of positive jokes. Create a lot of laughter at home that moves the family forward. Maybe you're a go-getter. You're a go-getter. Why don't you ask your husband? You're a go-getter, madam. Ask your husband, sir, it's already July. What must we achieve in the month of December? Because you're a go-getter, it's easy for you. You know how to get it done. You know how to move. You know how to drive. You can see obstacle and you can see how to jump it. Okay? Because you're a go-getter, it's easy for you. So use it to the benefit of your home. If you're a thinker, meaning you know how to think, you know how to consider items. So in this season, you are so needed, because in this season, there's a lot of change. People have to change the way they do things. I want to beg every home, it's not business as usual. The way you started in January is totally different. You need to be able to sit down and go through that thinking process. Go through that strategic decision process. Go through that analysis. Where are we? Where should we be going? We are people of faith. So first of all, pray. And God will download insight, revelation into your heart. And then you pour it down to your wife. Because you are a thinker, she doesn't understand, but you use it as a benefit to move your family forward. And guess what? Your children are super, super important in this equation. If you have kids, don't just do it alone, okay? Each of them have their own personalities. Each of them have their own temperament. So because you use the word transform, meaning that it can be to the benefit of the home, of your family.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Ma'am, I would like to hear from you on that word, transformed temperament. I would like to hear from you.
Okay, I think Tunde has said a lot about it, and like I would say, everyone is a product of nature and nurture. You know, the way God made you is your nature, and that is your personality, that is your temperament, how you behave. So different school of thoughts, you know, they've been able to classify it in different ways. Some will say it's four temperaments. So you have the sanguine, you have the choleric, you have the melancholy, you have the phlegmatic. And with these four temperaments, you will find out that two of them are introverted, two are extroverts. But everybody, every person, you don't find one person that is just one temperament. You find out that one person has a dominant. So maybe you have a bit of more of the outgoing personality, and then a little bit of the introverted personality. And so with time, it depends on how you interact with others. You'll find a bit of other people rubbing off on you. I am a sanguine, but I have a bit of choleric traits in me. My husband is phlegmatic and a bit of choleric traits as well. I used to think it was a bit of melancholy because of his perfectionist way, but I think he's more of, you know, he's choleric, and so he's goal-oriented, he's driven and things like that. But the thing about him being a dominant phlegmatic is he's peaceful, you know, he's just that person that is peaceful, he's calm, he's introverted. I am his exact opposite, you know. So for both of us, if you get married to a personality that at the end of the day is not transformed, because I would like to use this word spirit controlled, that's where the transformation comes in. So if the person is not transformed, the person can exhibit the weak part of his or her temperament, because every temperament has the strength, has a weakness. So if you are not a transformed person, you will exhibit the weakness part of your temperament, and you will begin to malfunction. So we all need help with our temperaments. We all need, you know, how will I put it now? You know, God in us brings that transformation, because it's the God in us that can change any person. Let me say a Peter, for example. A Peter in the Bible was one person that would go all out. You know, he would just talk, he would say things, he's the first person to speak. So if you look at his temperament to an extent, you will say, oh, this is the classic sanguine, or somebody that is outgoing. But when he became spirit controlled, there was a difference in his attitude. There was a transformation in the way Peter saw things in the Bible. If you are a student of the Bible. So it's the same thing with other disciples. You will see those that could not really speak up, but later when the Spirit came upon them, Peter had boldness. He couldn't really speak up, but boldness came upon him in the book of Acts chapter 2, and he could speak. So it's the same way. When you're talking about your temperament, we all have a nature, we all have the way we've been nurtured, but your temperament is who you are, is the way you behave, is your personality, but you can change it if you let God help you. And then if you interact with people, it depends on who you're married to. Now people will see me as, oh, I'm an introvert. Really, I'm not one. But my husband is an introvert, so he has rubbed off on me. Some people that will see him will say, oh, he's an extrovert. He's not. But because I'm an extrovert, I've rubbed off on him. And so that's where the transformation takes place. And then now he can be extroverted when he wants to be. And then he still maintains he's being an introvert, you know. Let's say 60-40 now, or maybe 80-20, I don't know anymore, but that is it.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sir, I would like to know the benefits of cooking in a family. The benefits of cooking in a family.
So when you say cooking, what do you mean by cooking? Can you explain? What do you mean by cooking?
Cooking, as in making food. Can prepare as a family.
So So thank you for giving a good example. Ka prepare eba means, for those that don't speak Yoruba, is let us make
It's Gary or
yes, Gary
cassava flakes.
cassava flakes.
Okay,
So
just a minute. Sorry, is eba cassava flakes or eba is eba?
okay.
No.
Eba is eba for people like you. For people like
But those we have to explain it to.
for people that are watching this screen. For people like you. For people like you, eba is eba. For people that are watching around the world, eba is cassava flakes made in
Mixed
molds.
mixed in hot water in molds and you swallow it.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
So I will give you my own example of what cooking does for me. So anytime my wife is cooking and I go and stay there, I might not be cooking anything. Sometimes I just go and taste and she drives me away. But what it does for me is I am in her space. And most women want their partner to be in their space. So cooking bonds, it creates this magnetic advantage for every home. Now, you don't know when you will need that advantage. You know when you are a shock absorber in a car, you see all these cars that fly around. You really don't know when you will need that shock absorber until suddenly you enter into a gallop. And you think a pothole, sorry. And you think that there was no problem because you did not feel it. But the shock absorber saved you. So the magnetic attraction, okay, is an advantage, okay, when you guys exchange meals together. Now, that's one. Now, it's not compulsory, it's the woman that is cooking. We have learned that cooking is a life skill. Cooking is not meant for women alone because you have to eat. In other parts of the world, you eat out. They go out and eat out. They have restaurants and all that. People cook. So people make all kinds of things. Okay. For the Mexicans, they have a tradition. For the Brazilians, for the Indians, for the Japanese, for us Nigerians, we tend to think that it's our mommies or our ladies. Some ladies right now don't like to cook at all. But what I've found out, sir, is cooking creates that magnetic bond. Number two, for me, again, please, very important, cooking creates sweetness. Because when you eat, you have to taste the sweetness. Now, doesn't mean that it is full of salt or no. It's a process that your spouse had gone to and create something that is beautiful. So cooking creates memories that you can, if you take advantage of them, they help you want to keep loving your partner. You know, my wife taught me an habit that I didn't grow up with. After every meal, she says thank you. After every meal. My children do it right now. She says thank you. Initially, I felt it was strange. How can I be thanking you for, you know, but she taught me, guy, you have to learn to appreciate whoever did that meal. It took him or her effort. So appreciation, you know, what you appreciate increases. What you appreciate glows. What you appreciate grows. What you appreciate begins to create increase in value. So when that meal is made, no matter how small, no matter how it is, whether it's Gary and granite, I don't want to call it the name we call it. Gary and Ekpa. I don't.
Oh my God.
You know, so I'm trying to look for the name. Gary and
Peanut.
Yes. I didn't know you guys see us. You understand? No matter how it is, you see, no matter it creates appreciation. And I'm telling you, that is something that is critical. The last thing for me that cooking does, which again, this is just my experience, and that's why I try to encourage my children to cook. I try to encourage my son. My son knows how to cut, was cutting plantain which day, and it was saying, Daddy, I cut this plantain and I cut myself. And I said, you always cut yourself in the kitchen, no matter how small. So for me, cooking teaches you discipline. Discipline. Because you can't just carry all the salt and pour inside, you know. You can't carry all the, there's a process. Even if you are making fast food right now, everything is fast food, you know, or you go get meal from somewhere and just have to warm it. There's still a process. You still have to press the microwave and it comes out in 10 seconds or 3 minutes or something. So it teaches a process that, please, there is a process for everything. And that you now begin to appreciate, okay, that you need to follow a process. And for me, that helps the home because both of you see it, your wife and yourself. You see that it took you a process to get to where you are. And that's life. I'm serious. That's life, you know.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. I remember you were saying that cooking actually teaches discipline. So, and I put it that you can't do experimental salting with cooking. Mom, thank you so much.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to the people who sees cooking as slavery all over the world?
Okay, the truth is we all have to eat. And so we see it as a life skill, whether you are a man or a woman. And for us, you know, culturally in the African setting, or especially in Nigeria, it's seen as a woman's job to cook. But I have people that the men cook. Like in my home, where I grew up from, my brothers all cook very well. They cook. If they are not cooking, they don't want to cook. But I have two of them that are fantastic cooks. And if they come around you, they would rather be in the kitchen than be in the living room, you know. So my mother brought everybody up to cook so that you can eat, you know, by yourself. And for us, when you cook at home, you save money. It's also how do I put it now? It's also a skill that will teach you discipline, as my husband said. And then it helps you, you know, eat healthy. Like if you're trying to make sure that you are eating healthy, you have to cook your own meal, except you have somebody that can cook those meals and you can afford to pay. So for us, right now with our children, we have 2 teenagers and a soon-to-be twin. He will be 12 soon, our son. And what we've tried to do is to let him know this is a life skill. And so I've been able to come up with a day where the 2 girls cook, you know, they partner. I do the cooking maybe 4 times in a week. They do the cooking twice in a week. And then my husband and my son once a week, just to help them. Because what we're trying to tell my son is, you too must learn how to cook. Because if you don't learn how to cook, then there'll be a challenge later, because you will see it as, oh, it's not necessary. And then when you are now living on your own, who will cook for you? Mommy will not always be there. Your sisters will not always be there. So you need to do it. And I decided to pair my husband and my son because the traditional thinking of a man is what he sees his dad do. So if he sees that daddy does not wash plates, he will not wash plates. If he sees that daddy does not cook, he will not cook. So I said, you know what? You are the best person to teach this young man that life skill of cooking. So if you're going to cook, boil the rice, you teach him. So you go through the process together. So that peeling of plantain and all those work is the dad teaching him what to do, to say, you have to do it this way so that he can learn. And we tell ourselves this, we don't know where you will end up living. So if you live in another part of the world where it is okay for the woman not to cook, how do you cope? Will you both start buying food all the days of your life? No. So it's a life skill. So we need to teach our children that they need to cook for themselves, they need to clean for themselves. Even if we have helps, we have people that can come help us, we still need to teach them how to do these things. Today, my second daughter prepared spaghetti for us, and she did it in her own way. She actually went to, you know, she went to, in cooking, you can't do experimental cooking. Okay, Mr. Omo, you're talking, thank you. Yes, it takes discipline. It teaches life skills. It teaches focus. Because if you are not focused when you're cooking, you can burn the food. it will teach you how to stay focused, how to be disciplined. So those little life skills you learn when you're cooking, and then the amount of things you put into the food. So there's an art to cooking. You don't just put things. I've seen people that will wash beans, pick the beans, and just put pepper in, as raw as it is, put their pepper, put everything, and they'll put plenty of water and leave it till it's cooked, and they'll come and check. But other people will parboil their beans and take their time to fry and do some other things. My dear, it depends on who is cooking. So there is talent in cooking. There is a gift. There's an art to cooking. You understand? So we all need to learn, whether you are male, you are female, even if you can afford to get a help. Look at what COVID did right now. Right now, everybody's at home. Your help can't even come except they are leaving. So everybody is back to the basics. And you can't just say, let one person cook, because you will get tired. I tell people, as a woman now, the way I've cooked this period, I've not cooked like that in a long while. So imagine if my children can't cook. I will just be there, cooking, trying to live life, trying to be a businesswoman, trying to be a wife. It will be tiring. So you need to teach your children how, so that you can have time to rest, and also help them learn, focus, let them learn discipline, and also know that cooking by themselves will make them eat healthy in healthy way, because they will cook what they want to eat, not what they go buy outside and they don't know what they've added to it. This one, they are cooking from the scratch, so it's more healthy to cook inside. Once in a while you can eat out, but I don't believe any family should make that an habit.
Oh, thank you so much. There's a way you landed your plane. You don't believe any family should make that an habit. Sir, are you there? Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. Hello. I can hear you.
Thank you.
I can hear you.
I have a question for you. Do you want me to share it?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
When last did you wash your plate?
So you are trying to, because I told you that. Did I tell you the plate washing story? Did I tell you the plate washing story? For our listeners, did I tell you the plate washing story? So
that's what I want you to.
My son went into a studio with my wife, and my wife, was talking about great things. I can't remember what topic she was talking about with some people. And during the interview, my son was there just playing. So they called him to come and talk, and he can be very vocal. So they asked him, what are the things you don't do? He said, he told everybody in the studio, this is on 92.3, 93, 92.
Inspiration FM was on White Round Table with Amaka.
Yes, yeah. He told everybody in the world that he doesn't wash his plates.
Wow.
Because daddy doesn't wash his plates.
Wow.
So your children will copy you more than they will listen to what you say. So that day, my wife came home and lamented. So I said, no problem, I will start to wash my plate. So right now, I wash my plates. I'm sure today I wash it every day. Every day. So what we created a little routine in our house. It's not compulsory you follow us, but we created a little routine. So somebody cooks, like my wife explained. Somebody sets the table. Because of COVID, we have teenagers. They set the table. Whoever sets the table must wash everybody's plate. So that's why we just to create discipline. Okay, so we try to things like that. So, but apart from that, I washed the plate. I watched. Which day did I tell it was my son's turn or my daughter's turn? I said, don't worry, I wash everything, and I washed the pots, everything. Everything, like super everything. So I do it. I did it today. I did it yesterday. I did it. It's something I do now. And it's for me. It was a decision I had to make to model a good person, a good person.
Ma'am.
Yes, sir.
When our chairman said, "Dad doesn't wash the plate," how can you tell me your reaction? How are you feeling inside at at the radio station here? Because I know that would be like
No, no. For him, he was being himself. We've raised up our children to be able to speak up for themselves and talk. So what happened was he followed me to the station, to record, and he was talking with the engineer. You have the engineer at the other side. So they got into a conversation, and the guy came into where we were talking, me and the presenter of the show, Amaka Obi, and said, you know what, we need to have this boy on. And I said, what happened? He said, whoa, he's engaging. We've been having conversations, and we think we should pitch him with you as a mom. What do you have to say to your mom? What are the things you want to say? And so it was like spontaneous, but they asked him, okay, what are the things you don't like that they tell you to do? And he started talking. And that was when he said, oh, he doesn't like when I tell him to wash his plates because his dad does not wash his plates. So why should he wash? So that was modeling. You understand? And I told my husband when I came back, I said, you see your life? You know, when I tell you, you have to model right, because children watch what you do. You understand? So when you don't do these things, it's not for me. The truth is, I love and enjoy washing plates. I grew up washing plates. It was part of my chores. And I tell people I have lessons from plate washing. If you do hashtag lessons from plate washing on Facebook, I'm sure some of my messages will come out, because I grew up washing plates. I didn't like it initially, but then I started talking to the plates. So I tell people my creativity is very wacky. Let me put it that way. I got to the point where just to enjoy that chores, I got talking to the plates. And so I would talk and just have story time. And so that was how I started enjoying washing plates. So till date, one of my best house chores is washing plates. So when my husband, I told him that, I said, you see what has happened to the boy? He wouldn't want to do this if he does not see you doing it. So it's not for me, it's for him, because we raise men in Africa based on where we are coming from. And so when they see their fathers not doing right, they also copy and they take it to their homes. They take it to a woman, at the end of the day. So right now, I am big. My calling is to raise fathers, is to help fathers, have a good and memorable experience with their children. So children experience fatherhood in a good way, because God is the ultimate father. He's the loving father. He's the caring father. So my calling is to fathers to make fatherhood memorable. And so I teach a course called Fatherhood Mastery. So for me, it was just a learning point for me to say, guy, we've been talking, having this conversation. This boy, if he can say this out, you don't know so many things that he's watching, he's copying you. Until now, if my husband takes off his shirt, if he's exercising, my son does the same thing. If he does this, he will say, oh, this is how my dad does this. This is how my dad, you understand? So I tell them, understand this as a man. Your sons and your daughters are looking up to you. So if you don't do it right, they will copy you. So whatever you say, it's not what you say, it's what you do. So that's why that value of, modeling is very, very key. So for me, yes, it wasn't a big deal of, oh, you don't have to wash your plates. I really don't care whether he washes his plates or not. I will always keep my kitchen clean, but for his son and his daughters, he has to step up as a man, because cooking, cleaning, and all of those things are not a woman's job per se. Yes, in Africa, culturally, we take it like that. But you go outside and everybody expects you to do your chores. So do your chores. And it's better done when the father and the mother, they are modeling what is right.
wow, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Queen Pedro said, honestly, I had to discuss with my she said I have to discuss with my husband to be cooking on Sundays so I can rest, because he works Monday to Saturday.
Beautiful. Somebody's in trouble.
So I want to encourage, don't worry, please, he will just you know what, the way you should do it is tell him that you will do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that you will support him by the side.
Yeah.
Let him cook the first time. And whatever he cooks, eat it with joy.
That's true.
Eat it with joy. Eat it with joy.
So is it not the type that? What about if she's not the type that says you cook salt and you add small rice? What about if she's not the type?
No, 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 no. You will teach, you go through the drill. That's why it's always good. I tell my husband, the way I teach is come watch me do it. So staying around the kitchen helps you to know what to do. And then later you start the process, you take the things one after the other. So you teach them. Sometimes my daughter wants to do something and I say, this is how it's done. You know, so you keep teaching them what to do.
And apart from that, I encourage every sister listening, all the ladies listening, if your husband, is trying to grow in that area, give him this easiest one. So what does that mean?
Boil rice.
Boil rice.
Boil water.
Boil water. Okay. Fry egg. And all.
No, that fried egg, you have to tell him what to do. My husband has fried egg before with time. He had that time to eat it. He was looking like. He was looking.
I mean, give him something easy. You have made soup already, so it's only for him to warm it. Am I right? So he will do the last.
No, gradually, yeah.
So give him something easy, and gradually, for it to create the bonding.
The bond, yeah.
That's the most important. You understand?
Oh, sir, I'm coming back for you, sir. Are you there?
I'm there. I can hear you. Don't worry. It's good. It's
Mommy
okay.
said you fried egg before.
She's
smoothie.
Fried egg.
I go smoothie.
Yeah. So that's fine. I know my areas of strength. I know the place I'm trying to get better, and I'm growing in it. Do I fry egg better now? Yes.
Yeah.
Before it was a work in progress, and we work and we laugh about it now, which is good, So for me, it's crazy. It's a fun. You understand? Which is fine.
Oh, awesome.
When Pedro said her husband is a very good cook. Oh, that's good. You should keep at it. Thank you.
Awesome.
That's good.
Awesome. I remember in a house in Ibadan then, it's when you are cooking that we learn a lot of things. Go and bring water. They shall make sure they engage several of you. All of you go and bring, you go and see the cassava flour. You go and bring water. You go and make. She will make sure that she has to engage all of us. That all of us has to be around whenever you're cooking. So I totally agree with everything you are saying with this cooking. Now, my next question to you is this, sir. In terms of we're talking about the beauty of family. What kind of advice would you like to give to people who love to eat outside whenever they have money, but whenever the money is a little bit going down, that's when they remember to cook at home? What advice would you give for people like that?
So again, it's not a crime to eat out, please. It's not a crime. It's not a crime to want to go out to eat amala and ewedu soup, okay, or go to a good restaurant. I if not for COVID, I encourage every family once a quarter or once in a month, or go out. When my children left, so our kids, we have 3 kids, they left, they went to secondary school. So I told I just told my wife one of the days, I said, one of the days, please don't cook one of the days. And we picked a day. And we agreed that one day we will go to a restaurant that I've not been to and she has not been to. And we'll go and eat there as much as possible. So every week we were doing that. And it's not a big restaurant, just something small. And you'll be shocked just for saying that my wife should not bother to go to the kitchen, and it's 2 of us alone. From work I pick her up and we go into the places. And some places we went to, you will not believe the place. Some places we went to was amazing places. So in Lagos, in very, very small places, very, very small places. So we're not saying you should make that an habit. What we're saying for us as a family, make sure you live within a budget. That's the goal. So apart from living within a budget, create time to bond at home. So if your budget permits you, if you are earning a lot today and you can afford every day eating out, I don't think it is wise. I don't think it is wise. Because what you go spend outside, you spend 5 to 10 times than when you carry the cash and go buy raw food and you come and make at home. So my encouragement to that man is, please think about what we have said today. Cooking creates bonding. Cooking creates discipline. Cooking creates focus. Cooking creates experiences that you will help. Okay? Unfortunately, some of us grew up with parents and the food is already on the table. Why, Joe? Or come and eat. That's what they tell you, and then you just come and eat. You don't understand the process that it went through. So for us, we are saying, please create a tweak. Use this cooking as an experience. That's what we're encouraging. We're encouraging couples. Use as an experience. Some ladies don't know how to cook at all. Sir, help her. There are people that sell packed stew or soup, you know. Create experiences that will help you. In this time that we are walking through a season of change in the society, cash is important. How you manage your cash. That's why I went into the think of your budget. Create a budget, meaning before you spend the money, let the money have an assignment. Don't say, I now have 10,000. I must go and eat that mama put. No. That shaki or that for those of us that live around there, that lovely chicken must enter my throat. Right? If you do that, it goes into the toilet. Am I right? So you wasted that money. So for me, you have to think of a budget, but create an allowance where you create an experience. Because of the COVID season, I tell people, you stay at home, please. Don't exercise social gathering. But if not for the COVID, I encourage couples to go out. I encourage couples to go out at least once a quarter, if they can't do once a month. Go out and breathe fresh air. Go out and enjoy an atmosphere and that somebody prepared a meal for two of you.
Wow, awesome. Thank you, sir. Ma'am, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Okay. In just few words, because this is actually not the question I want to ask you. The first time daddy is eating in front of you, how are you feeling? How did you feel? The first time you see dad eating.
The first time I ate before my wife. When was the first time?
We're in youth service now.
We're in youth service. Okay,
no,
go ahead.
I'm asking the question because you are both coming from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Did mommy complain the way you were eating?
No, at all. I can't remember the first time exactly, but it was youth service, and interestingly, how do I put it now? One of the biggest parts of our life stories, my cooking and going to Yankari Game Reserve and having to fight with monkeys and things like that. But that's story for another day.
Can I tell you the story?
Wait, don't tell him anything. Hey, just to thank you. Yes, some men love cooking.
Let me tell you
some
the story.
are forced to cook, yes. My brothers love cooking. My husband is one that is forced to cook.
Let me tell you the story. So when we were in NYSC,
that's the National Youth Service Corps. Yeah,
close to Jos. Beautiful. This was 1998. We were in NYSC and we had a group, my wife and I. Then we were just friends. We prepared to go for an excursion. You go for an excursion. So we went to Yankari Game Reserve. Yankari Game Reserve is very beautiful. I mean, so beautiful. My wife prepared the meal for about 20 of us coppers. Am I right? Or 25. And she prepared it in coolers. And we went to these big cars. And when we got there, we took out the coolers and went inside this lovely spring. So I just noticed that we were carrying the food one after the other, you know, in coolers. I just noticed my wife, she was struggling with a small creature. She was struggling with a chimpanzee. No, a monkey. Is it a monkey or chimpanzee?
I don't know.
This monkey, because it's a game reserve. The monkeys,
they roam about.
they roam about. So they saw the food my wife ate and they wanted to eat it.
No, they stole the cooler. I wanted to pour it.
Yeah, so they were struggling with it, and my wife was struggling with it. I could not believe this fine babe, you know, this fine babe with, you know.
Can you come and take my food? Food I someone to cook.
Struggling. I just ran and I became Superman.
You came, yes, knight in shining armor.
I just came
to fight off the chimpanzee or the.
I wish I had a camera to snap. She was dragging with a chimpanzee.
Oh my God, it's such a funny thing, honestly.
Wow. So, in fact, I could actually feel that, because I could feel the energy in which you're going to charge the chimpanzee, knowing fully that if you don't charge, your check might bounce, eventually.
Yeah, no mind. It's
okay. So, sorry, sir. In fact, I have 2 questions and I have 9 minutes now. And I have. The first question is, ma'am, what advice would you give to young ones who doesn't love to cook and who doesn't want to agree that is they have to learn it and still justify such with grammar? What advice would you like to give to such people?
Let me say this very clear, and that's why we are big on the family system. We're big on re-engineering the family and helping people gain values. Like we said, cooking is a life skill and it teaches you a lot. And if you want to eat healthy, you want to save money, you need to learn how to cook. We're not saying, oh, go and be a slave in the kitchen or get all the degrees and end up in the kitchen. Anybody can cook. You understand? And so when you have a husband, he becomes your support system. If you go to work and you come in later, your husband is at home, he should be able to cook and put the meal there. And if you are available, you should also make the meal. And if you don't like to cook, these days, life is easy. There are people that do catering, you know, and they can cook and you store. It depends on what you have. But we encourage people, even if they cook for you, you still have to warm the food. So you still need to learn how to cook. It's for your own good. Because they can't just bring the food and you start eating. You can't live on other people's food 365 or 366 days, except you have the money to afford a chef. And not every man will want that. There are men. My husband loves my cooking. I tell people, I say, if I go to buy food outside, I just want something different because I want to do something else. My mom is a Shekiri. And so you know what it means for the Shekiri woman to cook. She cooks very well. If my mom is, as in if she grew up these days, I would have opened a restaurant for her. But right now, I just feel it's a bit late. But she cooks so well that we bring all our friends to the house to eat our food. Some of our friends will say, Mom, this is the order we have. When we're coming, this is what you will make. They will call her and she will go make those things. So what am I saying? Everybody in my house can cook. Everybody. So every person is the same thing. We're teaching our children, boys, girls, and anybody that comes around me. If you see my cousins, my brothers, they cook. Nobody comes to my house and comes to form. You come the first day, I serve you. The second day, I serve you. The third day, you're on your own. And I will tell you, this is where everything is. Oh. I'm gangster like that. I will tell you, this is where everything is. If you can't arrange yourself, you're on your own, really, because I won't bring myself. The only person I owe any extra cooking and everything is my husband. And once I take care of his needs, I make the food, put in the cooler, and whatever, it's done. Every other person, if you go and help yourself, if you can't, then you starve. You get, so it's like that. We're all growing, but please, everybody should learn how to cook. It's a life skill, and it helps you. It helps you in every way.
It's not fair. It's not fair. You know, and Jesus said, some men like cooking, some are forced.
Yes.
And you are confirming that. And you are confirming that. Now, mom, it's not fair. It's not fair. Anyway, before you know, you have a complete family magazine. Tell us about that complete family magazine.
Okay. How did it come about? Okay. basically, I've had this idea to have a magazine. I've been editors of magazines in the past, like organizations where I worked. I've been editors, and I enjoy writing. I've been a writer right from when I was young. You're talking, I'm writing because I don't want to forget and things like that. And so it became an habit. And so for a long time, I had this dream of, a family magazine. And I sold it to a couple of my friends, people I felt could do it. And they didn't take it serious. But I shared it with my husband. And one of these days, he just said to some of our proteges, like, you know what? She has this idea. Can you get on her case to get it done? And that was it. And they took me up. Oh, we need to do this. Dad said this, that. What do we do? And that was it. And we started. So it's called the Complete Family Magazine because we wanted something for all the family. So our children are writers there. We have some friends that write. We have people writing, and then we do like a couple spotlight. We spotlight a couple, that is doing marriage God's way and has enjoyed a level of grace in their marriage and are doing it, in such a way where people can learn from them. And so we do that couple spotlight. We both write as publishers. We have the editors. I think I saw them here making comments or something. Chukwuwike Carl Ogu is the editor. His wife, Florence Carl Ogu, is co-editor. So we've done this together. Then there's another guy, Toby, that is our marketing director, and he's into graphic as well. So we just got a small team because we didn't want so much. Then we got some of our friends. There's a friend of ours, Pamela, that writes on food as to bond because she cooks, and so she helps families to bond through food. Then we have another friend, Tosi Praise for Wawe, that writes on finance. So we got our friends to, talk about, the family from different angles. And we also got our children writing. So they have their own different columns where they write. Our son writes, our two daughters write. And so that is it. So it's been this, we have the 3rd edition now. We try to say every quarter. But, with so many challenges here and there, it's been self-sponsored. We started with our own money. We did the first 2 editions by ourselves. Then when we launched the 2nd edition, we got some friends sponsoring. So the 3rd edition was as a result of those that sponsored that edition. We're able to come out with it, and it's there, and we're selling it. It's on our website, www.thecompletefamily.com. It's there. And then I also have the link to the Paystack account where you can get it. It's not 1,000 naira, but it's a very, very rich magazine. The first edition, we had one of our proteges, we call them our #1 protege, doing their story. The second one, we had Team Ubon King. I don't know if you've heard of Dr. Ubon King and the wife. Wonderful, amazing couple, been married for 18 years, doing amazing stuff. The wife is a friend, and we got them to share their story. And this last edition, the 3rd edition, we have Team Victor. They are our marriage mentors. They've been married for over 30 years. They live in the US, but amazing couple. And we decided to share their story. Wonderful story in the magazine. So it's available online. You can reach out to us, and we'll give you the link in case maybe you have people that want to buy. So we have the e-copy, we have the hard copies, and it's available on sale through our website. And so that is it. Complete Family, yes, completefamily.com.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We have 90 seconds more. And I actually want you to talk about a program you have for family, like a session you have for family that people can subscribe to.
Okay.
So we I mean, there are several things we're trying to do, and
that can only be done in 30 seconds.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me quickly do that. We have different packages personalized for families. You want couples counseling, you want a retreat for your family, we do that. We do team election sessions with people. Then we have the fatherhood mastery program. We have the complete man program, complete woman program. We have faith and relationship program, all our programs that we do. And then the superstar wifey and superstar hobby. So we have all of that to help families bond and learn and do life better. And some of them, myself and my husband, we do it together. We've done retreats for couples, for churches, even online on Zoom, and we get paid for it, and people are happy and they make progress in their homes.
Okay.
Everything my
Thank you
wife said
so.
is correct.
Thank
He
you
said
so much.
everything I said is
Go on.
correct.
Okay, thank you so much. So thank you so much. We have 9 seconds left. I don't want you to go off. Thank you. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
God
And to
Thank
bless
everyone
you.
that
you.
joined us. Bye.